Hey guys, it's the 10th of April 2020. I'm going to come at you real quick. This is going to be a very short video, okay? But I've been trying to figure out what happened here with our magnetics. Those of you guys that don't know, haven't watched, hasn't been caught up yet, something happened and all of our magnetics just went nuts, okay? And we were trying to figure it out, what was going on. And me and Scott had did a live stream last night for about 2.5 hours. And we were watching live as it was happening. So, with that said, we weren't able to actually stop on each capture and look at it, really seriously look at it. So after we got off the stream, obviously, I started looking. Okay, I'm sure Scott did too. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet this morning, but this is what I come up with. Okay, and I still don't have any concrete evidence what caused this. Okay. And we may never. We're still going to try to figure it out. But what we're seeing here is these closed field lines. Okay, the red ones. Now, if I zoom in, you can see a smaller loop there and a bigger loop here. Now, if we were to look at a normal capture of this, that would be completely opposite. Okay, the shorter one would be on this side, and the longer one would be on this side. Plus, the density inside of that loop, see how it changes color? And over here, this one just stays that one color. That matches what it would normally look like if it was flipped too. Then, if you do this, you see this closed field line, it does one of those numbers, and this one kind of comes out here like that. Now, because of all the chaotic mess that was happening, it would be normal for that to be a little bit misshapen. But what I'm saying is, if you take this one and just kind of straighten this one out a little bit, that looks like our magnetosphere popping out the back, right? I mean, it's very close, is what I'm trying to say. Now, this is what really made me really think this was what was happening. You see these straight lines, right? See the angle they're at? It's the exact same angle that the front side of this is. If this thing would actually had reversed, this is exactly the angle it would go to, because it would be trying to stop this energy. Okay, so that's what it does. That's what it did. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like it reversed for I'm not sure exactly how much time was involved there yet, but this is just like my initial, just trying to dig into it. Okay. This really looks like this is what happened, but I can't tell you what made it happen. Okay? So we're going to go look at some other stuff. Now, back in 2012, it did reverse, no doubt. They scrubbed all that information off the net. People like Scott, Terrell Blackstar, Ben Davidson, and a couple others had the forethought enough to record that before they scrubbed it. So that's how we even have any of this info. And, this lasted for like a day. This was an extreme long amount of time that this did this. Okay? And there's a lot more captures. But something that's very similar is, number one, you got slanted straight lines. And if you zoom in here, you see those closed field lines again. See? Bigger here, smaller here. So, I have no other reason to really doubt that that's what happened. It looks like that was the result of whatever hit us, okay? So that's just one thing. Now let me show you something else. Okay, I got you over at ISWA, and so what I will do here first is show you that right now, currently, you got this wider one here, and then you got the smaller one in the back, okay? And then all the other lines are, doing that number like they should. Okay, we're back to about normal, okay? Just letting everybody know that. But that was before it started right there, okay? So I'm going to toggle this through, and I noticed that too. That was there for a second, which means just a bunch of spiraled up closed field lines behind us, okay? So I'll move on forward here, and then we get that one initial bam, okay? And then it starts doing all this, and you see out front now, see what it's doing? See our bow shock getting moved? And it's not getting moved symmetrically. It's getting moved asymmetrically, which means it's moving one side at a time. Okay? In other words, this is moving at a different speed than this one. It's getting bent more. So if we keep toggling that through, okay, and there you go with those lines again, okay, out here in the front. Those are IMF lines. It's our connection to the sun, all right, interplanetary magnetic field lines. So if you bend down here and you look, right now it's almost getting ready to flip on over, okay? And let me say this first real quick. This was not a magnetic pole shift or flip or any of that. I'm talking about the magnetosphere. Nothing to do with north-south here on the planet. Okay? Let me make that clear because I don't want somebody to misunderstand that and think we went through a pole reversal and all that. Okay? But if you look at these closed field lines, they're still trying to hang on to normality. All right? And then if we zoom in a little bit closer, you see how this and this became just about the same size right there. It should be bigger over here right now and smaller in the back. Okay? So we go to the next capture. All right? And just a couple more captures there, and this is the one I just showed you. Okay? This really looks like it reversed. We were protecting ourselves on the back side. Alright, so I'm going to toggle this on through again. Okay, now we see that, and again our bow shock starts doing that crazy stuff again. So, we keep moving here, and look at all this stuff, guys. I mean, this is just crazy. Then we get this big old swath of out front. See all that high dense material? Now see what it does. Watch the bottom. See how it's moving out? It's rotating like this. It's like that. You see that? So, and then we keep moving. Again, this is all chaotic mess. And then look what happens here. Look out front. Okay, it's trying to come back. I mean, just look at all that craziness. I mean, really what I'm going to show you here is what happened. I'm trying to find it, guys. Sorry. Okay, hold on a second, guys. Okay, so I got you over at the solar wind part now, okay? This is, you see the arrows. That's the direction that the wind is moving, okay? So let me toggle this through, and you're going to see something crazy. Okay, you see that right there? Watch out front, guys. Up here, it's going to come this direction. You're going to see it almost like a windshield wiper and just wipe it right off, just like that. Okay? Hope you guys can see that. I'm sure you can. And it, as it came around the bottom edge there, it even went on out like this. And again, you see this dark color behind us there? That should be in the front of us. It's where it's typically at. Okay? Not to mention that you got the main red here too, and you don't have it back here. So that means like I said, we're still flipped right there. And because we're getting hit here and it's generating more heat. That's why that's like that. So, yeah. I mean, I really do think that it reversed there for a minute. At least for, I don't know, an hour or so. Okay, and we can keep moving here. All right, and then we get somewhat back to a normal signature. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. That's where we're at right now. Now, just to show you guys something, see where that flipped back to the right side? So that's what I'm trying to say. I do think it reversed for a minute, for at least for a little while. So, but what caused it? I don't know yet, guys. I just don't know. Here's this one, and this one is like extremely crazy, but I'll show it to you anyway. See all that's happening there in the back? I mean, this is just, I just can't. You can hear me, I'm still kind of speechless on some of this stuff. You can see how, man, I was talking about that yesterday, remember? With the crack, sometimes we get those cracks in the our magnetic field. It almost looks like it would let stuff in a little bit easier there. But what's happening with this capture, it's almost like whatever hit us, like completely took our bow shock and almost wrapped it around us. And then once it got to a certain area, yeah, whatever. I can't hardly think right now, guys. I'm sorry, I'm tired. Anyway, once it got to a certain point, it went ahead and just flipped on over to the reverse because it almost did it right there. That's why that's such a small little area. So as soon as this thing flipped around that direction, probably all this stuff went over here. So let's check. See that? And it did. Look at that. Okay, you got that, and then you go, bam, okay? That right there is indicative of, see, it's protecting from something behind us. Whatever's going on there. And it's matching up with the timestamps too, guys, from the other models. So, you know, I don't have any other way but to draw a conclusion that it did flip again. Okay? I don't want to say flip. It reversed. We were protecting ourselves from behind instead of in the front. And I'm talking about Earth's magnetic shields. Okay? And, you know, it didn't take it but a few hours here. Something else that was strange that I do want to show you. What timestamp was that? Okay, yeah, it's right there. Okay, you see the timestamp 2037? And this is what we got right here. Right? This gives us a capture every 4 minutes. Why did this right here, this is at 37 minutes, and then it took another capture at 39? It's almost like somebody was watching this and they wanted some extra data, so they, you know, however they did this, they collected that data in an increment of 2 minutes that time. Like like something might be going on, you think? But that's what I'm trying to say. I really do think that it may have reversed for a few minutes. It looked to be like that for about an hour or so. Okay? And this right here is even more proof of it. You can see. And then you can see the second that it looked like it tried to flip back over too. Okay? So all that happened, and that is just crazy stuff, man. I just don't know. I'm still at all on this. And you know, like I was telling Scott, and I think I even said it in the live stream, we'll probably never ever know all of it. You know, if it is something they want us not to really see or whatever, we're not going to be able to see the good data. That's for sure. Okay? So we're not going to really be able to, we're going to try to figure out what's going on here. But we got to be real about it too. We might not have that information available to us unless we can figure out something around that. I don't know. But this is just complete chaos. Okay? That's what that is. It just is. So, yeah. So, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I just wanted to bring you a little update because I am going to go lay down for a while. I'll come back at you guys here later on today. I may even do a live stream. I'm not sure yet because of everything that's going on here. So, but don't be fearful over this, okay? Number one, it's already back to a normal signature, okay? Number two, we shouldn't worry about stuff we can't control. Be concerned, be smart about things, be aware, but don't get scared, okay? Don't let other people say certain things that makes you to the point where you're just freaking out. Because there are those out there that's doing that currently. And it's yeah. So I'll just end that part of it there. But guys, just keep your head on a swivel, pay attention. I'll try to give you as many updates as I can, and I'm sure Scott's going to do the same. And probably once people start waking up this morning, other people are going to probably start doing videos and stuff also on this. I've already seen a couple others. So I know once it gets out there and people start looking at this, it's definitely people are going to do videos on it. Just saying. So again, I do think that it probably did reverse there a little bit. Let's go back to that timestamp so you guys can see it again. That's something else too here. Look at that. I mean, and it seems like this is the center point of everything. And that's what I was noticing on other stuff because on that solar wind map, right there in that position, the arrows were all going out like this. Away from that spot. Nothing was coming towards it. It wasn't circling around it. It was all coming out from that area. So, and then I look at this and I see that. Okay? I mean, wow. So, anyway, guys, I am going to end it there. God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.